polymorphism. I mean, we need to take care about in understanding this particular Java concepts here. So as part of Java, we need to take care about the very first concept. What is the first concept hidden? Class. After that, method. After that, what is it? Object. After that, data types and variables. After that, what is it? Static methods. After that, conditions. After that, loops. And then, what is it? Keywords. After that, what is it? Arrays. After that, scanner class. After that, switch statement. After that, what is it? That particular OOPS concept. As part of that particular OOPS concept, we need to take care about inheritance. So that is what we have been started taking care about in understanding with these particular concepts here. So in that, if I'm taking with inheritance, what is the meaning of inheritance? Meaning of inheritance. Accessing the data from one class to another class. If I'm taking with inheritance, we need to get mentioning that accessing with the data from one class to another class. That particular inheritance, we got taking care about different type of inheritance. What are the types of inheritance? Single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance. Meaning of single level inheritance, accessing the data from only one class. Meaning of multi-level, accessing the data from more than one class. How we can implement inheritance? Using the keyword of extends. If you want to implement inheritance concept, we are taking care about in using with the keyword of extends. I mean, while doing this particular programming, as part of this particular programming concept, to implement each and every particular concept, we need to take care about in following with that particular respective standards. I mean, if you want to implement that particular inheritance concept, we need to take care about in using with the keyword that will be taking with extends here. I mean, whenever you are taking care about in implementing with each and every particular concept, we have to take care about in following with that particular respective standards here. So previously, we got take care about in working with methods. If I'm taking with the method, what is the use of the method? Use of the method to perform action. How many types of methods? How many types? Two types. What are those? Predefined methods and user-defined methods. If I'm taking with the methods, we need to mentioning the predefined methods and then taking with user-defined methods. In the same way, we need to take care about in having that particular predefined method or taking with user-defined method. It got divided into two types here. What are the two types we got? Static methods and non-static methods. It can be predefined or it can be user-defined. It has been divided into two types. one will be taking with static methods and one will be taking with non-static methods. If I'm taking with static methods, how we can access static methods? If we want to access static methods, how we can access static methods? Static methods ఎలా access చేయాలి? By using class name. If you want to access the static methods, you are taking with the help of class name. If you want to define the static method, then you will be taking with the keyword of static. If you want to define static methods, you are taking with the keyword that you will be taking with static. If you want to access static methods, then you will be using, you are taking with the help of class name and then accessing that particular respective static, which you will be taking with that particular class name. Then you will be taking with non-static methods. How we can access non-static methods? By using object here. So whenever you are defining this particular static methods, to define the static methods, you are using with the keyword of static. While doing that particular programming activity, you need to take care about in following with that particular respective standards here. In the same way, if you want to get implement, if you want to get implement this particular respective polymorphism, if you want to get take care about in implementing with this particular respective polymorphism, we need to take care about, we need to be get take care about in following with certain standards here. To get implement each and every particular feature, to get implement each and every particular feature, we need to take care about in following with certain standards here. So in that, the one it will be taking with polymorphism, in that according to the definition, if you take with inheritance, what is the meaning of inheritance? Meaning of inheritance: accessing the data from one class to another class. If I'm taking with inheritance, we need to be get mentioning that according to the definition wise, we are saying that accessing the data from one class to another class. In the same way, if I'm taking with this particular polymorphism, we need to be get mentioning that one name with many forms. In this particular polymorphism, this particular poly, we can consider that one, the general meaning. The general meaning, this particular poly, we can consider as a one morphism, which we can consider that many. So that is how the terminology it got mentioned that polymorphism, considering that one, morphism, mentioning that many. In that way, it has been mentioned that one name with many forms. One name with many forms. Just as part of the definition, if you want to implement this particular polymorphism, if you want to get implement this particular polymorphism, how exactly you can take care about in implementing. To implement this particular polymorphism, we need to take care about two concepts here. So the one we need to be get mentioned that, the one we need to be get mentioned that overload. And then we need to be get mentioned that taking with override. Previously, we got taking care about in implementing that polymorphism, I mean inheritance concept, which we will be taking with a very straightforward. If you want to implement inheritance, how we can implement inheritance? How we are implementing the inheritance? Using the keyword of extends. If you want to get implement inheritance concept, very straightforward. You are using with the keyword that will be taking with the keyword is extends here. In the same way, if you want to get implement polymorphism, that particular polymorphism you are implementing with the help of overload and then taking with override. For this, we got different terminologies. Concept is same, but we got take care about the different terminologies. In that, one will be taking with overload and one will be taking override. The same thing with the different terminology. The same thing, we got different terminology. One we mentioned that overload. What is it? Overload. The same thing, we can mention that overloading. What is it? Overloading. One is overload, another terminology, overloading. After that, method overload. What is it? Method overload. Concept is same. Just we got different terminologies here. The one we are saying that overload, method overload, and then we can say that method overloading, and then saying that overloading, and then static polymorphism. What is it? Static polymorphism. See the terminologies. First terminology. What is it? Overload. And then overloading. What is it? Overloading. After that, method overload. Method overload. After that, method overloading. Method overloading. After that, static polymorphism. Just terminologies will make you the different. The concept is same. Just the terminologies, it will make you the difference here. In the same way, you got the similar terminologies. We got the similar terminologies considering that override. One will be taking with override and one will be taking with overriding. What is it? Overriding. First, override and then overriding and then method override and then method overriding and then dynamic polymorphism. Previous one, static polymorphism, and this is we can consider dynamic polymorphism. See the terminologies. See the terminologies. We got override, overriding, method override, method overriding, dynamic polymorphism. Just the terminologies will make the different, but the concept is same. We need to understand that how exactly we need to understand that how exactly we can take care about in implementing with this particular concept. For that, as usual, we will take care about class, method, and then object. If I'm taking with the class, what is the use of the class? What is the use of the class? To write a program. Use of the method. Use of the method. To perform action. Use of the object. To access. To access what type of methods? What is it? Any type of method. We need to take care about the regular concept and then trying to understand all other concepts here. We need to take care about using the same concept of class and then method and then object. We are taking care about the same concept here and then need to understand or need to implement this particular polymorphism. Let's look into that, how exactly we can take care about it. We need to write or we need to create class. Once class has been created, inside of the class, what need to provide? What need to provide? Method. Once class has been created, inside of the class, we need to take care about in creating with method. That particular method, creating the method or writing that method, we are already knowing. While creating the method, the syntax we need to get followed. First we mentioned that public and then void and then method name. We need to take care about in providing method name. While providing that particular method name, we need to get mentioned that method name should be same. How we are implementing overload, or as a programmer or as a tester, how we can confirm that overload concept has been implemented. Assume that you are referring with the Java program. When you refer any of the Java program, in the program, if you are able to see the keyword has been mentioned as extends. If you are able to see the keyword has been mentioned as extends, then we can decide, then we can confirm. What you can confirm? Inheritance has been implemented. In the same way, while doing the programming or in the program, if you see that method name has been provided as a same and signature is different. In case of method name is same and signature is different, then we can confirm, then we can decide we got implemented the concept of overload. While doing programming, we are taking with the regular concept of creating with the class and creating the method. While creating that methods, in case of method name is provided as a same and signature is different, then we can confirm, we can decide that we got implemented concept of overload. In the same way, if you are taking care about in providing the concept of that particular method name and signature. Method name and signature. both should be same. In case of method name and signature, both should be same. When you're doing the programming, if you written the program, if you're done with the steps of that method name and signature, you have been provided, both are same, then we can consider we got implemented with override. One you are taking with overload, another one you will be taking with override. If I'm taking with overload, meaning of overload, method name should be same and signature should be different. Meaning of override, method name and signature both should be same. So let's understand in programming how exactly we can take care about in implementing all that particular step. For that, as usual, we need to take care about in following with that particular same steps here that we will take care about in utilizing with Eclipse. If I'm taking with the Eclipse, what is the use of Eclipse? Use of Eclipse. Writing the programs and executing the program. Under Eclipse, what you are creating? Under Eclipse, what you are creating? Under Eclipse, what you are creating? Project. Under project, what is it? Package. Under package, what is it? Class. Under the class? Under the class, method, or we can say that code need to be get followed the same standards. We need to take care about in following with that particular same standards only, that we need to take care about in creating with the class according to your comfortable. You can provide any of the class name based on your comfortable. You can provide any of the class name which we got created that particular respective class. We got take care about in creating with that particular respective class. Okay. Now we need to take care about writing with the method. To write with the method, followed with the regular syntax, mention that public void and providing the method name followed by brackets, and then need to be get open the method and then closing that method. Okay. We got created one method. What is the method name? What is the method name we provided? Add. You can provide any method name. You can provide any method name. Just we got mentioned that method name is add. Okay. In the same way, we need to take care about in writing with one more method. In the same way, we need to take care about writing with one more method, providing method name is add. We need to be get provide that particular method name which we will be taking with add. Now see the concept of overload. If we take with the overload, what is the meaning of the overload? Method name should be same and signature will be different. Okay. See the understanding? See the understanding. We need to take care about in providing method name. We need to take care about in providing method name is same. Okay. Along with that, we have to take care about providing the signature is different. Nothing but that particular signature is nothing but indirectly the concept of data type and variables. What is the use of data types and variables? What is it? Representing the data. Data types and variables. Considering that representing with data. For that, as usual, taking care about considering that int and then mentioning that a. We need to be mentioned that data type and taking with variable. So now this is, we can consider that signature for this method. We can say that this is signature for this particular method. We can call as signature or we can call as this a. What is the meaning of a? Variable. So we can call as variable, or we can consider that arguments for add method. We can call as variable, or we can say that signature, or we can say that arguments for method. Now for this add method, how many arguments we provided? Only one argument. According to the requirement, it can get provided that I will be taking with int a and b. For this add method, how many arguments we provided? How many arguments we provided? Two arguments here. For this add method, we got provided the two arguments here that we will be taking with a and b. In the same way, taking care about this method. For this, I'm taking care about these arguments. This is add method. How many arguments we provided? How many arguments? Two arguments. Nothing but we are passing with the two variables here. If I'm taking this add method, how many arguments we provided? How many arguments we provided? Three arguments. Nothing but we are passing with three variables. Method name is same. Method name is add, providing the same method name. We are taking care about in providing the same method. Method name is same. For this add method, we are passing two arguments, and for this add method, we are taking with the three arguments. Now, according to comfortable, you can take care about in performing any of the activity. Right. See that. So which we got taking care about this particular add method. The activities you can perform anything. For now, I'm just taking care about in performing a plus b. Not like mandatory that need to go with the same thing. According to your comfortable, you can take care about in performing with any of the action. In the same way, you will be taking with this particular one. So that we need to be get mentioned out. It will be taking with A plus B plus C. See the concept here. If I'm taking with the concept of overload, if I'm taking the concept of overload, we need to take care about in providing with method name is same. While doing the programming, we got taking care about in providing that method name is same and taking with signature is different. That is what we can confirm, that we can decide that we got implemented the concept of overload. We can confirm that we got implemented the concept of overload. Need to take care about executing the program. To execute the program as usual, according to our understanding, if you want to execute any Java program you want to get executed, what do you require? What do you require? Main method. To execute any Java program, you require main method. That you will be taking with writing that main method, considering that public static void main, and taking care about string args. We need to take care about writing with main method as usual. If I'm taking with accessing the method, how we can access the method? How we can access the method? If we want to access the method, how we can access the method? By using object, nothing but by creating object. If you want to create the object, what is the syntax to be followed? Class name, object name equal to new class name. So that is what we need to take care about in following with that particular syntax, followed with that particular syntax, mentioning that taking with class name according to your comfortable, object name equal to taking with new class name. That will be taking with creating with object. It will be taking with the object, considering that dot. Now I can see the concept. See that we are taking with method. What is the method name we got? What is the method name we got? Add. Method name is same. Method name is same or not? And then arguments are different. First add method. How many arguments? 2 arguments. How many variables? How many variables? 2 variables. The second add method, how many variables? How many variables? 3 variables. How many arguments? 3 arguments. We are taking care about in having with or considering with method name is same, method name is same, and taking care about arguments is different. We need to take care about method name is same and arguments are different. Now see that we need to take care about in providing the data. It can provide anything according to your comfortable. It can provide any of the data. So that we need to take care about in providing that particular respective data. This is how we need to take care about in implementing that particular concept of overload. We are taking care about in providing that method name is same and considering that signature is different, then we can consider that we got implemented the concept of overload. Execution, the same thing will be followed. Need to take care about in executing that, considering that run as Java application taking care about that A plus B and considering that A plus B plus C. This is how we have an option. This is how we have an option taking care about. This is how we have an option in taking care about in implementing with that particular concept that we will be taking with overload. In the same way, we need to take care about, in the same way, we need to take care about in implementing with concept of override. Meaning of the override, method name and signature both should be same. I mean, the general understanding of this particular concept, the general understanding of this concept, if I'm taking with override, if I'm taking with the override, the general understanding, you may heard about the terminology which will be considered replace. What about it? Replace. Heard it or not? Meaning of replace? Replace. Uh-huh. The meaning of replace. In simple, we can say that replacing. I mean, you need to have two things here. Existing one, new one. Or else in simple, existing future, new future. This existing one, you are replacing with new one here. When you're taking with the replace, first you have two different things that you are replacing. Nothing but you are overwriting with the new one. You have existing future, you have new future. This existing one, you are replacing with new one. In simple, what exactly the existing futures are there? What exactly the existing futures are there? That particular existing futures you are taking care about in replacing with new future. Otherwise, the best example you may heard about this particular two-wheeler or four-wheeler exchange offer. Diwali is coming, right? Exchange offer will be there. Meaning of exchange offer? So whatever your existing one will be there. Assume that you are having your existing two-wheeler will be there. You are trying to replace with the new one. So will be taking care about the exchange offer. That means is that you will go to the showroom and then you will hand over your two-wheeler. By default, you will get four-wheeler. No, right. So you have to take care about in paying with the amount, you have to perform some activity. I mean, in simple, whatever your existing vehicle is there, your existing vehicle, we are replacing with new vehicle here. So that we need to be get considering that replace. That is what we are taking with concept of override. If I'm taking with the technical terminology, we can mention that method name and signature both should be same. In a very simple understanding, what is the meaning of that? Replace here. What exactly the existing future is there? That particular existing future, we are replacing with new one here. Okay. Now let's take care about in writing the program. Let's take care about in writing with the program related to that. Now you can see that taking care about in creating with class that will be considering that taking with override. which will be taking with considering that override. So that we need to take care about creating that particular class. As usual, writing with the method, taking care about method name is add. You can write any method. For now. Taking care about method name is add. For that particular add method, taking with int a and taking with int b. How many arguments we provided? How many arguments? Two arguments here. And then taking care about in performing the activity that will be taking with a plus b. Okay. Now I'm just taking care about implementing the same. See the understanding. According to our understanding, what is the meaning of override? Method name and signature both should be same. According to that concept, we provided method name as same and signature also we provided as a same. It is giving an error. Why it is giving error? According to the concept of override, method name should be same. We provided as same. Signature also should be same. So we provided signature also same. But it is giving an error. Why it is giving error? Object is on a different. Now, see the understanding. Meaning of replace? Existing future replacing with new one. That means first thing, existing vehicle available in your home. The new vehicle available in showroom here, right? It's not like both are available in your home only. First, your existing vehicle available in your home and the new vehicle available in that particular showroom. After that, your existing vehicle, you are getting with the new one from showroom and you are replacing it. I mean, you have two different things here. Whenever you are taking with overload concept, don't be confused. Overload concept, we can just implement it in one particular class. Overload concept, we can implement it with the help of only one particular class. Override concept, we cannot implement it in one particular class. That is what your simple understanding. Existing vehicle available in your home, but new vehicle available in showroom here. Two different things are there. After that, you are trying to replace it. When it's come to programming, concept is okay. You're trying to take method name as same. Signature is same. But both the things you can't implement in one particular class here. As simple as overload can be implemented in one particular class. Overload can be implemented in one class. Override cannot be implemented in one class. Override cannot be implemented in one class, which we required two different classes. One you can consider existing one, another one you can consider new one. So whenever you want to implement override concept, if you want to implement override concept, it's mandatory that we need to take care about two different classes. We cannot implement override in one class. We cannot implement override in one particular class. This is what we need to take care about. This is what we need to take care about in considering that taking with this particular one. Let's see that how we are doing. Take care about creating with one more class that will be taking with override one. To go with the easy understanding, how we can understand. This is one particular class. For understanding, I'm just printing with the statement considering the existing future. And then we are taking care about another class. We are taking care about another class. This will be taking care about mentioning the new future. So we are taking care about two different classes. We are taking care about two different classes. One will be taking with override and one will be taking with override one. Now, if we look into the method name, what is the method name we got? What is the method name we got? Add. We got taking care about method name. That method name it will be taking with add. We are taking care about the two method names here that will be taking with add. And we got two arguments here for this add method, two arguments for this add method, two arguments. See the concept of override. What is the meaning of override? Method name should be same. So we got same method name. After that, signature should be same. So we got same method name and we got same signature. Two different classes are there. We have to make connectivity of two classes here. Override cannot be implemented in one particular class. It's mandatory that we need to take care about more than one class here. So to implement this particular override, we created two different classes. Now we have to make connectivity. We need to make connectivity of these two classes. So how we can connect the two classes? What is it? What is that? Extends. If we want to connect with two different classes, or in simple, to get connected with two classes, you have to take care about using the keyword. What is the keyword? Extends. So extends of, it will be taking with override, which it will be taking care about, that keyword extends of override. We got a connectivity of these two classes. Okay. After that, as usual, need to run the program. To run the program, what do you require? To execute any program, what do you require? Taking with main method. To execute any program, you require the main method that will be taking with public static void, taking with main and considering the string args, which need to take care about that particular main method. Okay. After that, we need to get access for method. How we can access a method? How we can access a method? By using object, taking care about creating the object. For that, we need to provide class name, taking with object name and considering the new class name. We need to take care about that particular one, class name and taking with object name equal to new class name, and then taking care about object that will be taking with method name is add and providing that particular respective arguments according to you are comfortable. You can provide any of the data according to you are comfortable. You can provide any of the data which need to be get taken care about in providing the that particular respective data. Okay, so we got provided that. Now let's take care about in executing the program. If I'm executing this program, what is output you will get? Is it a plus b or a minus b or both or none of the above? Uh-huh. A plus b, a minus b or both or none of the above? Uh-huh. Both. Why you will get both? Okay. What is the meaning of replace? Uh-huh. Existing one you are replacing with new one. That means in your home you are maintaining both the vehicles or only one new vehicle? Uh-huh. When you say that replace, when you're considering that exchange or when you say that replace, your existing one, whatever your existing vehicle is there, you're trying to replace with the new vehicle. When you replace with the new vehicle, in your home you will have only new vehicle. You replace your existing one with the new one here. That means according to that concept, what is output we need to get? What is it? A minus B. So whatever this existing future is there, this particular existing one, we are replacing with new one here. See the output, see the understanding. If I'm executing, you're able to see that in giving with the output that you will be taking with that particular minus 10, you got that new future. Assume that, assume that, see the understanding, see the understanding. You're not expecting any new vehicle. You're not expecting any new vehicle. You want to just continue with the existing one. Now, I have not replacing anything. Now I'll run the program. If I run this program, what is output you will get? Uh-huh. If you run this program, program will execute or it will give an error. Why it will give error? Uh-huh. Vacation is completed, sir. Error will be coming, sir. Uh-huh. New vehicle is not there. As your new vehicle is not there, you continue with your existing vehicle only. As new vehicle is not there, you are just continued with that particular existing one. So that is what you are getting with A plus B, existing future. Now understand the concept here. If I run this program, if I run this program, it is printing the existing future. The main concept of override is this existing one, this existing future, I can replace with new one here. So that particular existing future, we are taking care about in replacing with new one. So that you are taking care about in printing that particular statement that you will be taking with minus 10. This is how we need to take care about in implementing this particular concept of overload and then taking with override. As simple as if you want to get implement overload concept, we can implement overload concept in one particular class. If I'm taking with override, if I'm taking with override, it's mandatory that we need to take care about in having with two classes here. This is what you are taking care about in implementing the concept of polymorphism. If you want to get, if you want to get, implement the concept of polymorphism, to implement the concept of polymorphism, you are taking with overload and taking with override. To implement overload, how we are implementing overload? By providing method name should be same and signature will be different. In the same way, we got override. How we are implementing? Method name and signature both should be same. That means whenever you are doing the programming or referring the programming, assume that you want to implement this inheritance concept. How you can implement inheritance concept? Using the keyword of extends. If you want to get implement the inheritance concept, you have to take care about using the keyword of extends here. Then you will be taking with polymorphism. To implement polymorphism, you are taking care about overload and then override. If I'm taking with overload, how we are implementing overload? By providing method name should be same and signature will be different. In the same way, we are taking with override. How we are implementing override? Method name and signature both should be same. All the concepts are getting connected with class, method, object. These three will be the main. So the way of how we are implementing the syntax need to be get followed. According to that, you are taking care about in having with different type of terminologies. As part of this particular OOPS concept, we need to take care about inheritance and then taking care about this particular polymorphism. In the same way, we need to take care about the two more concepts here. One will be taking with encapsulation. What is it? Encapsulation. The one we can consider the encapsulation and taking with abstraction. Related to this particular OOPS concept, we need to take care about encapsulation, abstraction, interface. These three concepts are there. Let's understand these three here. In the encapsulation is a very simple concept. Mainly, we need to take care about in understanding with abstraction. Let's take care about it. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Encapsulation and abstraction. Under that subheading encapsulation and then make a note of this particular description. Just make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Just you can make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Just make a note of up to that highlighted one. All online students also, please make a note of up to the highlighted one. Write the main heading, that encapsulation and abstraction. Under that subheading encapsulation, and then make a note of that particular description. Okay, right. So let's understand what exactly mean by that and how we can take care about in implementing this particular one. So the one we need to take care about inheritance concept, and after that taking care about polymorphism, and then taking care about in mentioning that particular encapsulation. In a simple way, we need to be mentioned that the common meaning, we can say that data bind, nothing but combining the data. That particular data bind, the simple understanding, we can mention that taking with data bind. I mean, whenever you are taking with programming to implement each and every particular concept, to implement each and every future, we have to take care about in following with certain syntax here. As simple, we got static method. For defining the static method, you are using the keyword of static. In the same way, it got implemented inheritance. That inheritance, it got implemented by using the keyword of extends. In the same way, you got overload and override. For performing, for implementing each and every particular feature, you have to take care about in following with certain standards here. In the same way, if I'm taking with encapsulation, the encapsulation is a very simple concept. For the encapsulation, the best example you can consider that class. For the encapsulation, the best example we can consider that class. Because if I'm taking with the class, what is the use of the class? Use of the class to write a program. What is the definition of the class? Definition of the class. Combination of open your notebooks. Combination of data variables and data methods. If I'm taking with the class, if I'm taking with the class, the definition we used to be get mentioning that group of or combination of data variables and data methods. See the understanding. The meaning of encapsulation. What is the meaning of encapsulation? Data bind. The general meaning, combining two different features. The concept of encapsulation, combining two different features into one single entity. Combining two different futures into one single entity. That is how, in simple, we are saying that data binding. We have to take care about, we need to take care about data binding. Nothing but combining the data. I mean, we can say that combining two different futures, combining two different futures into one single entity, considering the encapsulation. For the encapsulation, I'm not writing any program. I'm not writing any program. The best example, I can consider that class. Because if I'm taking with the class, what is the definition of the class? Combination of data variables and data methods. So we need to be get mentioned that combination of data variables and taking with data methods. Combination of data variables and data methods. If I'm taking with data types and variables, what is the use of that? Data types and variables to represent the data. For the purpose of representing the data, taking with data variables, data types and variables. Then we got data methods. What is the use of data methods? I mean, use of the methods. What is the use of the methods? To perform action. Now, see the understanding. If I'm taking with this particular one, data variables is a different one. Data methods is a different one. Is it both are same? Is it variables and methods both are same? Variables, what is the use of the data types and variables? Representing the data. Use of the methods? To perform the action. Two different things. You are taking care about combining two different futures. Combining two different futures into one single entity. Combining two different futures into one single entity, considering as encapsulation. Creating the class, defining the data, defining the method, everything you are already knowing. I'm not writing any program. Just you can understand that if I'm taking with encapsulation, we are taking care about combining two different functionalities or two different futures into one single entity, that we are taking with encapsulation. I mean, variables, different concept, method, different concept. According to the requirement, both the things we can take care about in one class here. In one particular class, we can define the variable. In the same class, we can take care about defining the methods also. So that we used to be get mentioned the concept of encapsulation, considering the data bind. This is a regular one. The main concept, the very most important one, we need to be get understand that abstraction. What is it? abstraction. So let's take care about what is mean by abstraction and how we can take care about in implementing that particular respective abstraction concept. So write with new heading, write with new heading, mention the abstraction and then mention the data height and make a note of only highlighted one, not required all the description. Don't be confused. Write the main heading, abstraction, and then data height. After that, all the description not required. Make a note of only highlighted one. Just make a note of only that highlighted one. All the online students also. All the online students also. Just make a note of only that particular highlighted one. Just only highlighted one. Okay. After that, under under that, make a note of some points. What you written with the description. Under that, make a note of some statements. Make a note of the first statement. Write the first statement. Write the first statement. Using the keyword of abstract. Using the keyword. Using the keyword of abstract. Write the first statement. Using the keyword of abstract. Using the keyword of abstract. Using the keyword of abstract. Take the next one. Take the next point. Providing abstract method. Providing abstract method implementation. Providing abstract method implementation in another class. In another in another class. Providing abstract method implementation in another class. In another class. Take the next point. Write the next point. Creation of object. Creation of object. Creation of object will not be possible. Creation of object will not be possible for abstract class. Creation of object will not be possible for abstract class. See the first point. What is the first point written? Using the keyword of abstract. What is the next statement? Providing abstract method implementation in another class. What is the last point? Creation of object will not be possible for abstract class. See the concept that we need to understand. So for now, if I'm taking with all our Java concept, what is the first concept hidden? Class. After that, method. After that, object. After that, what is it? Static method. After that, what is it? Data types and variables. Okay. We need to take care about data types and variables. After that, conditions. After that, loops. After that, what is it? Keywords. After that, what is it? It will be taking arrays. After that, scanner. After that, what is it? Switch. After that, the loops concept. Taking with inheritance and taking with polymorphism and then encapsulation. After that, we need to understand that abstraction. After that, another one, we need to take care about interface. And finally, need to take care about exception handling. So you are pending with abstraction, interface, exception handling. The main concept, the most important one, these three concepts need to be understood. That we'll be discussing. So with that, we'll be stopping with Java part and need to start with Selenium. So till now, we have not started any of our actual Selenium here. To get start with our actual Selenium, it's mandatory that you have to take care about all these concepts, not like restricted for only these concepts here. These are minimum according to your comfortable. You can take care about some other concepts also. For the interview purpose, just look into that, the connectivity of other concepts of this, but minimum you need to be take care about and aware of all these particular concepts here. So tomorrow we'll take care about remaining things here. Once we done that particular three concepts, then we'll be getting started with our actual Selenium. Again, I'm saying that if you want to make our Selenium program more comfortable and more easy, it's mandatory that you have to take care about all the syntaxes. While writing all the Selenium program, will go with the same syntaxes and will write the Selenium program. Then you will get a very clear picture, the reason of learning all the Java concept. For now, you may have some question mark why we are learning all these concepts. What is the use of this? Once we start our actual Selenium, then you will be getting with a very clear picture, the reason of learning